Hello, everyone. For today's virtual tour webinar, we will be talking about Lisbon, Portugal. So, a brief history about Lisbon. Lisbon is one of the oldest cities in Western Europe. After the reign was settled by the Celts, it was founded by the Phoenicians. They established a settlement called Lisbon, which was then conquered by the Greeks and the Carthaginians. In 205 BC, the Romans won the Second Punic War against the Carthaginians and occupied the city. Ancient Lisbon was integrated into the Roman province of Lusitania, and when the Roman Empire collapsed, it was invaded by Germanic tribes and was controlled by the Kingdom of Serbia until 585. So the geography, it is the westernmost city in Europe, and it lies more or less in the center of the country, approximately 300 kilometers from the Algarve in the south and 400 kilometers from the northern border of Spain. It has an area of 84 square kilometers and a population of 556,000. A bit about the climate. In Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, the climate is Mediterranean with mild rainy winters and warm sunny summers. The city is located right on the Atlantic coast, but at the mouth of the Tagus River, which widens into a bay. Due to its position in southwestern Europe and to the influence of the ocean, the climate is particularly mild. The weather is influenced by Atlantic disturbances, which pass mainly from October to April, and by the Astros anticyclone, which can settle all year round, but especially in the summer. The average temperatures of the coldest month, January, is of 11.8 degrees Celsius, which is equivalent to 53.2 degrees Fahrenheit. That of the warmest month, which is August, is of 23.6 degrees Celsius and 74.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So, a bit about the activities in Lisbon. Ajuda National Palace. This 19th century palace was once the royal residence of Dom Louis I when he was the King of Portugal. Now it is used as a museum that you need tickets to access. The wildly opulent space houses a fantastic collection of decorative art, including chandeliers, marble statues, tapestries, and much more. Some of the rooms are also used as gallery spaces for contemporary art exhibits. The property is pretty spectacular and overwhelming in its grandeur. There's weight to every room considering how much there is to look at, whether it's old cabinets or massive gold framed portraits. If you are into royal collections, then this is the best you'll find in all of Portugal. Visit the LX Factory. LX Factory is an industrial complex from the 19th century that now is home to a bunch of cool shops, restaurants, bars, and office spaces located in the far west of the city in the neighborhood of Alcântara. It offers a look into more modern side of Lisbon. If you're into checking out cool of the moment venues, it is worth heading here to take a break from the city's most historic sites, walk around and pop in and out of the various businesses that call the area home. A bronze statue of Fernando Pessoa greets visitors at Café Al Brasilia. The beloved poet frequented this joint to sip some coffee, one of Lisbon's oldest and perhaps most famous cafes. This circa 1905 institution was in its heyday a grand place for writers and intellectuals to convene. Today it is a bit of a tourist trap, but don't let that deter you. The Art Deco backdrop, complete with dark wood, splashes of brass, mirrors, and black and white floor, is like a piece of Portugal's heritage reborn. Visit Belém Tower, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Belém Tower was built on the northern bank of Tagus River between 1514 and 1520 by architect Francisco de Arruda. It was originally constructed to defend the city. Later, the fortress acquired new life as both a lighthouse and a customs office. No need to be a history buff to enjoy the power of this place. Beware the narrow stairs, though. Navigating the building's 5 floors and rooftop terrace requires stamina, but the trek to the top is rewarded with killer views. So some popular holidays in Lisbon, do include the Restoration of Independence Day, is the name given to the revolution that took place on December 1st, 1640. It is led by a group called the 40 Conjured and spread throughout the kingdom. The Portuguese revolt was against the attempt to annul the independence of the Kingdom of Portugal by the governance of the Castilian Felipe dynasty. It is celebrated each year on December 1st. Some national dishes include cozido. If Portuguese food is about flavor, tradition, and comfort, then Portuguese cozido offers a middle of all three. It is also known as rich man's stew, popular among rural villages where farms may have limited financial resources and families cooked with whatever meat and vegetables they had on hand. A basic cocido is a mix of boiled potatoes, carrots, sausages, cabbage, leafy greens, beans, and beef. Grilled sardines. Sardines are one of the most traditional bites in Lisbon. In June, they are the highlight of Santos, a festival that celebrates Lisbon patron saint. For a month, families set up grills at their doorstep, local flocks to the street for a taste of sardines. Some like to eat them with potatoes and salad, while others prefer a simple combination of the fish with bread. Amejas a la pato. In Portugal, any dish with a sauce calls for a bite of bread. Dish gets its name from the Portuguese writer Raimundo Antonio de Pato, and it's one of the best petiscos in Lisbon. The clams are usually served in a pot mixed with garlic, olive oil, white wine, and lemon juice. This sauce is so good that some restaurants even have started adding it to other seafood dishes like codfish and sea bass. Polvo alegrero. In Portuguese, legreiros are the people that work in olive oil production, hence why we say alegrero. To keep it short, we boil the octopus, grill it, and then drizzle it with generous amount of olive oil and garlic. So some fun facts about Lisbon. Lisbon never became the official capital of Portugal. In fact, there is no official writing to suggest that Portugal has a capital. Lisbon is one of the oldest cities in the world. Records suggest that the only city that is older than Lisbon is Athens. And more Portuguese is spoken in Brazil than in Portugal. Thank you for visiting Lisbon.